Well, okay, here we are. This is Ax Anax Paints, where I'm going to paint some BattleTech today. This is going to be a series I do where BattleTech, that's what it says at least. Sometimes I'm going to paint other things besides BattleTech, but for the foreseeable future, I'm painting BattleTech, and it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm going to pull up my chat screen. Lord Draconum, good to see you. How are you doing? I think that you are working on. Oh, let me pull it out of the ether here. I bet you're working on superhero stuff because you just told me in Discord. So yeah, if you see anything that looks weird or if my vocals sound terrible, please let me know. It's a little bit of a new setup. I think it's working well. The yesterday's podcast worked really well. At least I like the audio quality. Okay, so I'm also recording this locally because I'm probably gonna make a painting video. You can hear a double echo. Well, I think I remember that being a thing on voice mod. Yeah. Okay. Well, I know how to fix that. It's a temperamental beast. I'm gonna switch to so sounds a lot better because I suspect it will. Yeah. There's no reason to have a double echo. It's weird too because I finally got to work yesterday, but I remember before I never used voice mod because like with that double echo sound. From where? I don't know. It's only one source coming in here. It's a strange one. So yeah, let me know if that is still echoey for you. That's why we have the shakedowns, right? All right. So while we're waiting for a little bit of feedback, I'm gonna show off the two miniatures I'm gonna work on tonight. The Stalker, Lord Draconum. You got me that Stalker. Finally gonna get him painted up. And this Rifleman Schnee, which is super cool. I think it's got Phoenix Hawk head, Warhammer arm, an Archer arm. And, yeah, part of an Archer body and then part of a Rifleman body. This banana's looking. I love it. You hear two shakedowns. Mm-hmm. Well, let me pause for one moment. Maybe. Let me see here. Show me what you got. Mm-hmm. sounds okay on here. I don't hear the double. Okay, so recording. All right. Let's see here. Is input yes? Well, it sounded okay on my phone when I went back, so I think it's all right. I'm not sure why you'd get a double echo in the long run. I didn't hear any double echoes in the beginning. So. Strange, strange. Okay. Oh, we got 5 viewers. Hello, 5 viewer people. Let's get the show on the road. So, yeah, I find now that I'm getting older, especially, it's kind of harder to see details. So I've really enjoyed dry brushing before I start painting these miniatures. And did I say I'm going to paint these as Steel Viper Side Galaxy? Because that's what I'm going to do. So they're going to be it says matte black, but I can go see if this one works out all right. It's like a little bit of a lighter shade and pure black. And the entire back of the torso here, usually I do like the back of the shoulders too, will be yellow. It'll be the medium yellow. This one will be heavy charcoal. That's a test. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with this or not. And then I like to do all the mechanical bits, so like little inside bits there, whatever they're called. Just like little highlight points, little fists, parts of the barrels and stuff in like a lighter gray color to pop it out. And then I'm going to try this orange fire for the cockpits. I guess there's 2 of them on this guy. Chock full of cockpits. So we're going to start with dry brushing. I'm going to try out these new brushes that were recommended to me by Pure Blind. This one's just a dry brush. Golden maple. This one is staying very moist. I washed it a little earlier. And there's still some moisture in there. It has a smell. It's like a very strong smell. So that's kind of strange. But the other brushes, the finest sable, they say, with a very sharp tip. I'm not used to such fine brushes. Wash those too. So we're going to try those out. But yeah, we're going to start with a little dry brushing. I'm going to run my Vortex mixer, so the screen should shake, and you might hear a strange sound. Vroom. And are we still getting sound? Yes, we are. Still sounding. I just gotta get like some sort of wall mount if I want to not have the vibrations coming through from the desk. Because the cameras are mounted at the desk. But overall, a little bit happier with the setup. I also got like some cloth kind of material that comes with some of the e-bikes that I build. I figured I'm gonna try it out for dry brushing. This is gonna be the very first test run of that. I am listening to some music today. You can't hear it. I'll probably put a throw up in the links afterwards. Pretty good station so far. It's at Chiptune Adventures Radio, 24/7 lo-fi chill pixel music and ambient game vibe for relax and study. There's a lot of words. It could be all AI generated. But it is the trick. All right, let's do it. Gonna dry brush with this ivory. The very first time I've ever used this brush. Let's see it. Oh, huh. And the very first time I've ever used this cloth kind of material. It's very, very moist still. It's a very much an overbrush, really. It's all right, actually. For what I'm doing here. But if I wanted more fine dry brush, then I think I would be a bit unhappy. But for what I need it for, this is going to be just fine. I just need to see the details a little bit. The lighting setup I have is pretty good. Details pretty decently. Kind of big to fit in there. I have other sizes in this kit. It's pretty good. Try the next one. Yeah. Still get caught. We have a third dry brush. So yeah, that's the biggest one was the one I just used. This is the medium, number 5. And then old number 3 here. What we're gonna try next. I should be able to get in the little nooks and crannies. Let's see. There it is in. Yeah, very moist. Okay. I'll have to test out these dry brushes a lot more later on. But so far, so good. All right, great. Now we got Rifleman all painted up or dry brushed up. And next up, we're going to paint up the. Should we do the front first or the back first? Or should we do the mechanics first? Let's do the mechanics first. That's what I like to call them, the mechanics. Guns and the joints and bits. So once again, we're shaking up the screen. Notice that my face looks very red on the camera. I don't know what's going on that way. This angle. My face is red. I don't think my face is red. All right, come on, mix up. That's kind of a mid gray there. Oh, yeah, for clearing nozzles, I like to use these SIM card pokers. SIM card out. Just keep them on hand over the grating. All right, Now we're gonna try. That was the Vallejo Cold Gray. We're gonna use. This is not a decent sized brush. These are all kind of tiny. This is the biggest of all the little brushes. Actually, yes, if we're just color mechanics, it isn't a long time since I've used a fine point. Wow. Well, so far so good. Nice brush. Yeah, to hand fist. Yeah, let's do it. So it still feels like it's echoing to you. Yeah, when I listened on my phone at the beginning of the live stream, there was no echo. So I'm not sure what's going on. Theoretically, there's 5 people listening, so if anyone else is also hearing an echo, I would love to know. I'll also listen back again after it's done processing to see. Hmm. Let's see. I think we'll do this part here. And you're working on your stats. What stats are you working on? What you got going on? Yeah. Yeah. So we'll also paint this part. We'll probably do that black and that black. We'll dry brush it right down there too. I was watching a painting video of a guy painting some BattleTech. YouTube's changed their sorting algorithm now, or features. You can't walk or sort it from um, like newest first going back. Now you can sort it by day, or you can sort it by week. I don't know, month, I guess. And that's not cool. I do not like that. YouTube is definitely degraded in my eyes. In any case, I sorted it by week, so I saw this one guy was painting up some Clan Hell's horses. I think he was using Humboldt. He had a screw top, and he was just like bare fisting it. He was just holding it in his hands, painting away. It was kind of shocking to see. I gave him the sub anyway. And like, we're working on the Avengers. Which Avengers? There's a lot of Avengers. You got going. A lot of little bits in here. I have been painting a lot of BattleTech lately with acrylic markers, which is super satisfying. I really like it. But I've been using the cheap Chinese ones, and I just have this fear that I won't be able to get the colors I need again, and I'll kind of throw off my army consistency because I need to paint a grand total of about 325 units, roughly. Actually, I have 3% of that painted. But yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to be stuck. Um, Also, roughly the acrylic markers last for about, I think what I was, 8 bottlenecks I got out of one. So it might vary by brand, maybe manufacturer or date, whatnot. But all the same, I mean, to get the exact same color again means you have to buy a whole new pack of 100 or whatever. So that could be a little tricky. So I decided for this project, I'm just going to stick with regular bottles of paint, which is a lot cheaper than acrylic markers. But I do love those acrylic markers, and I definitely am going to use them again for painting projects like board game miniatures and things. Is that yeah, you just can just rip right through them with acrylic markers, and they look pretty good, especially when combined with some noosh, which I'm still going to use on the battle mechs. I really like noosh on the battle mechs. Let's see here. Should do yes in here, of course. Did I paint these? Pretty sure I did. I'll paint them again. There. That guy. You're doing Doctor Strange and Falcon at the moment. I am very behind on Marvel movies. I just watched Brave New World. I think that's the latest one. Well, we did watch Fantastic Four, which was fantastic. That was a really good movie. Almost as good as the new Superman, I would say. Ah, the echo is coming from Discord. Interesting. How is it coming through Discord? Because Ivan said that too. He would hear it echo, and he would definitely have been connected to my Discord. So, that Discord here. So, if we're in the chat, is it coming through? I don't understand. Madness. Beyond my limited intelligence. I'll tell you that much. You're behind on your superhero movies too? Yeah. It's been a lot, you know? A lot of superhero movies. My wife keeps complaining. She keeps saying there's too many. I don't think there could be too many, but maybe there are because I'm definitely behind. I don't even know. I don't even know what's next after Brave New World. Honestly, that behind. Let's see here. Sure. It is here. Yeah. Oh yeah. It was playing the video through Discord. Okay, so you had it up in a browser plus in Discord. Is that what was happening? So I haven't been. She didn't have that problem last time. Terrible at figuring out settings for the microphone. So voice mod is a handy little cheat. Oh, you haven't seen Superman or Fantastic Four? Superman is well worth the watch. It's very Superman in my mind. Much better than the last few Superman movies. How would you describe that movie? Very Superman. Ooh, crevasse there. You're definitely gonna have to switch to a bigger brush to paint through all the black. This one's pretty nice for these little details. I'll definitely try it out on the cockpits and whatnot too. It was pretty cheap on Amazon. That's why Pureblind recommended it. CUI is also Canadian. This was on a Australian Discord. You haven't seen Thunderbolts either? You know what? I did see Thunderbolts. It had David Arbor. My daughter wanted to see it, so we watched it. So I am farther along in superhero movies than you are. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. A little bit there. I think we're done with the gray on this one. Wait, I didn't get elbow. There, sure. Okay. Need to sit down and watch a bunch of them? Yeah. I just have a hard time sitting down and watching things these days. I just want to be working on stuff. I don't know. Should I even just use these? That worked. All right. Who's coming with me? Definitely have some. Definitely exists. Mm, well, maybe it was. Oh, Ah, there we go. I also got these a long time ago, which I have been using. I liked them so much. I'm like, okay, I should get another pair for the future. But then I never broke them open. I got the first pair for Christmas. You know, Batman tomorrow? Okay. Yeah, you could put Disney on there for sure. Disney is definitely a lot less finicky on different devices than old Netflix these days. Whoosh, whoosh. That's not a bad tip. It's definitely a little bigger. And then front or back should we do? Let's do the back. Let's do the yellow. Let's see how this yellow holds up. This one's an airbrush paint. It tends to mix up pretty nice. How is the coverage? That's the question. I don't remember. If I don't like it, I'm going to need to go digging. Justice League versus Event. Oh, that's right. That's right. Justice League versus Avengers. Data wrangled Captain America upside the head. Let's say I maybe don't like it. All right, let's find a different yellow. What do we got? The filthy brown. Which isn't quite yellow. It's not a bad color. Say that's a maybe. Got gold and yellow. It's an old Citadel color. Sunburst yellow, also an old Citadel color. I don't think I got a lot of yellows actually. Let's try gold and yellow. Can't find this color anymore. Say that. If you believed in yourself and also spent lots of money on possibly expired paints. How do you look? Not any better? So we can just shuffling the paint along. All right. that down. Get that out of there. Probably would be better just hitting it with a brown first. Maybe even the contrast. Highlight it with a brighter yellow. We also have this candlelight yellow from Reaper. We give up. Yeah, brown under yellow is great. All right, candlelight yellow. Can you do it? Reaper bottles are always hard to pierce through. Need to bring out the big guns. Safety pins. I don't have anything strong enough to get through the Reaper nozzle. There we go. Um, all right, candlelight yellow. Let's see. Oh, it's better. I'll have to come back and repaint those. This is just split. I didn't give it a good wash. Part of the problem. I have some masters here. Let's do it. Wash it. Right. Mm-hmm. All right. Old brushes it is. Old trusty. Hello, Unicorn Company. Yes, sir. Old Schneed. Actually, don't know anything about the lore. It's super cool. Wet socks on my palette. Sudden, mop it up and give it another run. Mm-hmm. I guess eventually I gotta paint some scales on the back. I might not. Okay, so it's good there. And we're gonna hit the see how the heavy charcoal is front. I have been playing BattleTech since I didn't really get to play the miniatures game till like the mid 2000s. I did play the Mech Tech. Mech Tech? Quite a bit. That's usually how we played. We couldn't afford the miniatures. And then I've been playing Alpha Strike for how long? With your quantum, I've been playing Alpha Strike on and off. I don't play it a ton. But I do play it. I probably won't be playing classic BattleTech again because I like BattleTech. Mostly these days on my channel, I just we do podcasting. Me and Ivan Sorensen, who wrote Five Parsecs. Mostly what my channel does now. Let's see if I can be too dark. But I used to do painting tutorials and things. I've done some BattleTech painting videos. I decided I want to get back into it because I want to do a massive Hinterlands campaign. And also, I picked up the Scouring Sands box, so I want to do that too. So this is kind of my test run for live streaming. Shakedown. Plus, I needed a couple of mechs for my Hinterlands campaign to start out with. So I'm going to start with the. Actually, I never even looked at the points value. This might not even be. I don't think it's over 100. It might be though. The Stalker and the Schneed. So I don't. I'll be running a pirate list, so it's going to be The 3N or the 7N, I think. Let's see. This might be too dark for what I want. Yeah, the campaign system looks great, and it's not. I guess that's the good thing. I was kind of a little bit sad that it didn't use the Plan Next from the Elf Strike box, but I guess in the long run, because you have to still get a pretty good chunky campaign. I am going to replace all the chit-based units with actual units, though. I'm gathering up all my miniatures, so we got enough elementals. We got lots of infantry in general. I've been collecting 6 millimeter for a long time. So I'm gonna have the foot troops represented, and then whipping together some gun emplacements. And I need to pick up a mercenaries box because I sold mine when my Kickstarter arrived because I needed some Disney funds. Now, now I need all those miniatures. I'll cover the two hover transports, and I'm working on the bestiary, so to speak, the opposing forces table, or Hinterlands, which is 325 miniatures, roughly. So I will need quite a few of those from the mercenaries box, as well as quite a few other things. Nice. I got yeah, I painted up these guys a long time. There you have it. I just got to redo the basing on them. Yeah, these guys are great down here. Oh, whoa, whoa. All you really need for foot infantry. Those were from Ground Zero games. I love them miniatures. I know some people said they just took like tank turrets, GHQ ones, and just tacked them onto like pop bottles or lids. That would definitely do the trick. Oh yeah, gun replacements from heavy gear would work. Heavy gear is kind of pricey, and I definitely would think about them. And in Canada, Legions for Hire acquired the PFC CNC. That was an American company, so I could order some of their gun emplacements. I have a few already. Not quite enough to cover it all. And they're definitely not Iron Wind Metals prices. Unfortunately, the gun emplacements they did in plastic are look awful. Look really bad. Everyone I know who's worked on them has cursed them. It's like a super expensive box to get like 3 turrets for 55 bucks Canadian, which is brutal. have some of these as well, which are from Buck Rogers' board game. I'll probably throw in there. Those guys. PFC CNC ones are, but they're pretty good too. And eventually they'll appear on the live stream. I'll be piecing mess with my janky old brush. Kind of got used to painting with acrylic markers. Brush skills again. So flip wise, the Steel Viper Psi Galaxy were Desgra. It didn't say why. Didn't say why they're Desgra. There's a lot of the non-popular plans don't necessarily have like really great fully baked lore. They have a cool color scheme of flat back with rundown equipment and yellow scales on their back to show that they're Desgra. And then Clan Steel Viper was annihilated. My guys could be Descendants, whose MechWarriors had turned to Dark Cast and were operating in the periphery as bandits, and they decided they're gonna go legit and kind of build up their reputation again, or something like that. Mostly, I wanted to do Steel Viper because one of the blood names is the same last name as me. And it didn't say if that blood name still exists in another clan or if it's kind of just gone now. I do like the black with yellow back color scheme. I painted a test one before. I like the look of it. Back before I learned that the Alpha Strike box was intended to be Jade Falcon, so I repainted those as Jade Falcon. And this one's I use craft paint. I felt like challenging myself with craft paints at the time, which is a lot of fun. It kind of takes forever to paint with craft paints. Yeah, Lord Dracona might be able to get some 3D printed. 2 heavy gear turrets for $25. Sweet. But still cheaper than the CGL one. You can get 6 of the PFC CNC ones for $15 Canadian. That's not bad at all. Kind of adjusting to having a microphone on one side as well. My face does throw my depth perception off a little bit. My depth perception's not great to begin with. One awesome thing about the acrylic markers is that you can just take them anywhere. So at Christmas, I just bought a box of the older BattleTechs. I just hammered away on them whenever I had a spare moment. Just curled up in a recliner and painted away. Brush those two. I was thinking about keeping this stream time to around an hour, so I think I'll just wrap up painting the black on this one, and then I'll put it aside for tonight. But I'll be back again. Live stream some more late night. Oh, do some touch-ups. Keep hitting pockets of water on my wet palette that I didn't see until I noticed that my paint was getting super thin. I'm deciding if I'm going to do some edge highlighting or not. I probably should. I need more. You've been wondering about acrylic markers? A bunch of reviews online. They're pretty good. Some are meh. I would say I want the brush tip. Um, this is like my Clan Jade Falcon tester, and they just have the brush tip side. It's really good. It's very fine. You can get in there pretty good. The red is the reds and all like the acrylic markers I've tried are all kind of like pinkish. So it's kind of annoying. Yeah, some of the darker colors are nice. They're always lighter than you expect overall. But I did. Yeah, I used these four colors plus some noosh to paint this guy up. It looks pretty good for like super quick work. Like painting with acrylic markers is super fast, and they are kind of satiny. I'd say is the one downfall. So probably will want to hit them with the little matte varnish afterwards. I don't always varnish my minis. So in this case, I definitely would. But yeah, did a whole bunch of Rasselhog Galaxy. I like the way they pop. Lots of fun. They're all very eye popping. So I figured on the tabletop, on the camera, they should look pretty good. Up close, you could definitely see some flaws. I'm not too concerned about that, honestly. But these guys, they're not going to pop so much. Just do their color scheme. Let's get that moisture out of there. I don't know if I'm going to stream every night or just every couple of nights, maybe. Needs to be seen. But I will be back. Oh, oh I see what happened. I had a pocket. No, is it just super black? Or the gray I was thinking it was going to be to begin with. Okay. One thing about acrylic markers is that they're very consistent until they dry out. So I found what they. Okay, so these ones have the brush tip. Brush tip. That's the brush tip. And then they also have this fine tip. And if you use the fine tip for highlighting, it usually ends up being a lighter color than the brush tip. So I kind of you can actually use it like an edge highlighting pretty quick. That's pretty good. These ones I bought off of Amazon, and they're like 100 pack, and they're I think $35 at the time. Ah, there we go. This guy. Yeah, so I did that with this one, where all the edge highlighting is all just the hard tip. This guy popped pretty good. Man, I love Mad Dogs. I love the Mad. So I yeah, I mean for quick projects you don't necessarily care about, but you do want to have painted. Especially like character miniatures and whatnot. I would say acrylic markers are great. I'm gonna like bash through my Hero Quest stuff with them at a later date. So you don't have to worry about color consistency as much. So if one color runs out, you can just swap to the next nearest color and find the ones at the best price. Yeah, I was saying earlier in the stream that my biggest concern is color consistency. So I don't want to be stuck trying to find the same colors again when I'm painting the 100th freaking Jade Falcon. There we go. That is looking good and dirty. That's right. Stream when I want to stream. Oh, some consistency is good. So people know what to expect. Oh, I wouldn't expect people to show up all the time, every time. That's for sure. I certainly can't maintain that consistency on any kind of viewing. I live by my YouTube watch later list. Have you been doing any content lately, Unicorn? I think you did BattleTech stuff before, right? Thanks for coming. Love that Mad Dog. Who knows? Maybe if these Desgra are successful, they'll eventually get to buy themselves a Mad Dog. Being slow this month, yeah. Planning on releasing a podcast episode Saturday. Very nice, very nice. Doing like a weekly 5-minute mech thing every week, starting with the mechs from the old TRO 750, starting in February. Nice. I always thought that was a really cool TRO. Hit that with another round as well. Yeah, next time we're doing them, I'm gonna start with some brown. Just like we both knew I should have done from the beginning. I've enjoyed the podcasting. It's been fun. Sometimes it's nice just to be able to chat with folks while you paint, you know? Especially since I haven't been gaming too much lately. Just working on my own rule set, and that took up a ton of time. Now I'm taking a little break. I'll have to come back to it and hammer out a few more things. testing done. But yeah, the whole time I was just thinking about, man, I really want to be playing Hinterlands. All right, now gonna do a bit of the gun barrel. One of my fancy new brushes. Is that what they call them now? Recognition guides? Some of the new mechs are nice. Do you like your Star League stuff? Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. What new mech do I like? Hmm. Cannot think of one off the top of my head. I don't like the Blood Asp. I got like 3 of them. I don't like any of them. I don't hate them. I don't love them. Kind of like an Atlas. I don't love it. I guess I don't hate it. I don't love it. Okay, well, got some touching up to do on the next stream, but it's a good place to leave it for now. Oh, painted that. It bothers me. Paint his little toes before I go. There's a few spots I need to get into. Okay, folks. Thank you very much for chatting with me. Hope I provided an hour's worth of entertainment for some folks. You got some progress done on whatever you had to work for. I got some progress done, so that's pretty great. And I will definitely see you guys next time. Take care. Bye bye.